Mike had more time. You might have to hit that thing up there. Get it to show. There it is. Yeah, fire remote. We'll get a few more on there. You got 2 minutes and 8 seconds.
How long have you been doing this, Mike?
I didn't know as long as I was, but I did it with Mike whenever he did the show, started the show, and then he brought me in about a year later, and then I think it's 6 years, I think.
Good. I just remember seeing it one day and watching a couple, and I'm like, I don't really remember how long he's been doing it.
It's a lot of work.
Oh, I'm sure.
I didn't even think I wanted to do it myself, and then when Mike decided to leave, he's like, you can do it if you want to do it. I said, well, let me think about it. And I was like, man, I wasn't good at talking. This ain't too bad here, but like, I can't do like live stuff on people looking at you. And here's like, feel like you're in your garage or something, just talking racing. It kind of makes me feel like I'm doing something since I quit driving. It kind of makes me feel like I'm trying to help drivers out and tracks out and stuff like that. I mean, I don't like really make a big deal out of it. It's kind of like something just to kind of fill that void.
Oh yeah. That's the reason I keep a race car.
Now we're getting into old cars, so I'm building a truck for her, and we're starting to really enjoy that.
That's just as bad.
It is, but
at least you get the enjoyment out of it. Don't get the side speed off of it.
yeah, you get a whole different group of people. We don't go to shows; we just go to cruise-ins.
Yeah. And
then you don't have the big arrogant people rolling in, throwing their stuff in, and I've got the best of everything.
Oh yeah.
You have people just got regular cars like I got. It's pretty nice. I didn't think I'd like it, but we enjoy it. And welcome everyone to the On Track with Mike show. Mike Kershner here at the controls. We got Shirley in the booth here working on stuff, and we got a great guest tonight. We got Dylan Rutherford here in the studio to talk to him a little bit. And guess we'll get all the information and stuff out of the way here, and then we'll get right to our guest. But let me see if I got any things here I want to talk about. Tonight we're competing with the Lincoln Speedway World Outlaw Sprint Cars. They're racing Lincoln tonight. LaSalle Speedway is supposed to have Flow Racing Night in America tonight, but it got postponed. So that's not going to happen. Sillins Grove does have an open practice tonight also. I'm trying to think of a couple of things. I got so many notes, I'm trying to get to the right ones. I did want to say that 410 sprint car driver Jake Carpman had a wreck up there at Fort Royal Speedway. Took him to the hospital on a backboard and had him all checked out and everything. They said everything checked out okay. So that's great to him, because they thought he was going to be hurt there, so he had some back pain and some stuff, neck pain, and luckily whenever, I guess, he got to relax a few minutes, I guess it went away. Also want to shout out to Sam Huffman too. He took a pretty nasty spill down at the Natural Bridge Speedway, and like we put on the On Track with Mike page, we don't like to share videos like that, but we wanted everybody to see the importance of good safety equipment and good built race cars. Sam got out of the car and, you know, is happy that everybody reached out to him and asked him if he was okay, and he said he's going to come back better and stronger. So that's the importance of having the right stuff there, everyone. You know, we're I think sometimes we forget how dangerous the sport can be, and I mean, especially the way nowadays cars are hitting walls and hitting stuff at all different angles anymore. Stuff that we never thought about, especially when the old days of wearing the old foam collars around your neck. That used to be our safety equipment. What you got there, Shirley? Anything?
I don't have no comments.
No comments yet. We hope the computer's working. We got a new computer. We wanted to have it fired up for tonight, but we ran into some technical stuff here. Shirley's going to try to look on her phone and also the computer, because sometimes she'll get the comments on her phone, but she won't get them on the computer. So we're hoping it's a computer issue, so that if we change computers, it will go back to the way it was, where we got to see all the comments and everything.
We want to thank our sponsor, Todd, with TA Ward Construction. He has over 40 years of experience. He's a local veteran, with fully insured. For all your home improvement needs, call Todd at 717-331-4974. And as always, there is 3 ways to watch or listen to the On Track with Mike page, and that is through Facebook. You can search for the On Track with Mike Facebook page, or you can tune in to WRGG 93.7, or you can log on to WRGG.org, click the Listen Live button, and you can listen that way.
Alrighty, well, I hope everything's working alright, because it looks kind of dead, uncommonly dead, because usually it's pretty.
Okay, yeah, I do have some comments here.
Yeah, see, they didn't come in on mine.
I have Alicia Wharton. Says, Reese says, hi, Daddy. And Todd Ward says, hey, guys, looking forward to tonight's interview. Thanks for what you do.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you, Todd.
Thank you, Alicia. What her name, Alicia?
Alicia. Yeah.
I don't want to say it wrong. Get some hate mail. I also wanted to mention that Tommy Cordell of Elbows Up Dirt Productions has been named the new promoter of the East Coast Legend Series. They announced it this evening here on Facebook. The Freeze Motorsports organization has announced it. I know they put out a post there about a week ago that the Mike Donald, the one that actually made this show, he stepped down for some reason from the promoting of the series, and so they had to find a new promoter. And, so congrats to Tommy, and hopefully Mike Donald can move on to another maybe aspect. Maybe he's going to go full time into the racing, because I know he's got like 3 legend cars, and that takes a lot of time to keep all them cars up and going and everything. So we wish them both the best. I know the Legend Car Series, man, they have 30, 40 cars everywhere they go. It's pretty impressive. Shirley's over her
I'm trying to navigate here, people. We keep losing signal here, and so I gotta keep trying to fire the thing back up.
Man, we can't get it done with this equipment deal. Have to upgrade. There you go.
There, got it now.
Yep. Alrighty. Well, I got some other notes and stuff, but they can hold off. We got Dylan Dylan had to drive a good ways to get here. We appreciate that. And how you doing, Dylan?
I'm doing pretty good. Excited to be here.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
Well, man, that's good. I like people's excited. But I guess we're going to the beginning. I think the first time I ever kind of knew who you was, you and Craig Parrow was sort of together. And how far before that did it start?
2013 is when I really started, like full season racing. And I become really good friends with Craig probably in 14, 15-ish, somewhere in there. So about a year or so, a year and a half beforehand.
Was you into racing before that?
Yeah, my dad helped Dennis Lamb, and I've been going to Winchester ever since I can remember.
You got to go to Victor Lane a lot then.
I sure did. I sure did.
Yeah, he won a lot of races.
Yes, he did. He was very good.
So you probably got forward to, tell all your friends, hey, let's go to the Speedway. I'm going to go to Victor Lane.
Yeah, between him and Mike Bennett, I was a big fan of Mike Bennett too.
Mike Bennett won a lot of races too.
He as well, yep. And Mike's actually the one that truly got me started and pointed towards the right direction. It was kind of like the father figure of racing. And so I owe a lot to Mike too.
You had some pretty good people backing you, didn't you? I mean, Craig, his prime time in the pure stock class, he was so dominant. I remember when he come to Hagerstown, man, the car just like drove itself. Like he come down the backstretch and he didn't even have to turn the wheel. That's how smooth that car was and how smooth they was, and he was hard to beat, and as well as Dennis Lamb and Mike Bennett. I mean, so you had three of the best sort of helping you. I mean, nobody can help you on the track, but I mean, it's nice to have not waste time, dealing with ill handling cars and stuff that is going to screw up your seat time.
Yeah, that's for sure. You always surround yourself with good people.
You definitely got good people. What's your earliest remembrance of your dad and you guys going to the races?
Actually, it was Dennis had to start 12th one night because Winchester used to have to start 12th if he won. And my dad said, this is as far as I can remember back, he said he's not going to win tonight. We might as well go on leave. It was real late, and I was kind of young. The next day we seen Dennis, and my dad said, how'd you do? He said, we won. That's kind of the farthest back I can remember.
Yeah. How old was you about then? Do you remember?
I'd say 6, 7 maybe.
And you've been around racing ever since?
Yeah, ever since.
That's pretty cool. You got any luck there, Shirley?
I don't know anything yet.
Okay. I want to make sure we get to all the comments, and I'm sure we'll have some friends on here making some comments that they wanting to see.
Yeah, my buddy Cooter's he's actually over on a cruise in Mexico. And
He going on our cruise?
He's on a cruise in Mexico, and he's pretty tuned in about right now. He was talking on the way up the road. So.
I didn't know he was on a cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a good guy. He's hilarious.
Oh yeah.
I see some of those videos he puts on there, and it's like, man, I need to do what he's doing, because he loves life.
He definitely has no fear, that's for sure.
I guarantee you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, when did you decide that you wanted to race, or was that something that maybe the guys around you said, we're going to get a car?
I just got a job. And literally my first whole paycheck went into putting an engine together to start. It really didn't work out, and I was about done with it. I was just fed up because it was taking every dime I had, and back then I was only making like $8 an hour.
Yeah.
And I was just over it, and then a buddy of mine come along, Jody Rutherford, and he's the one that got me hooked up with, it was actually Lester Nichols. Me and Lester teamed up for the first year, and it was his engine, my car, and then Mike Bennett was turning the wrenches on it, and it stayed at Bennett's house. And that's kind of how the start of it got going. Cause after that, we won 3 races and got hooked, and couldn't quit.
And Lester always had good stuff.
Yeah, Lester.
He still does.
Yes, that's for sure.
And I mean, yeah, he was really surrounded by a lot of good people. So how long did it take you to get your first win?
Probably the 5th race.
That quick?
It was in June.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and we got a late start, and actually won the first 2 back to back.
Are you serious?
Yeah, but it's like the second one's always the hardest, and I got it out of the way pretty quick, which I had a little bit of luck because the leader actually broke, but I was running second. And, you know, they say it's better be lucky than good any day of the week.
So you probably thought it was easy.
No, I never thought it was easy. I promise. No, it just the second one came a lot easier than the first one did. I can tell you that. It just luck, you know, right place, right time is what that was. But
Because I mean that class is kind of split up a little bit now, but it was probably like the hobby stock class back then.
yeah,
And I mean that was a tough class.
yeah, that's when we had Crazy Kenny, Mark Bay. There wasn't no slouches. There were maybe one or two slouches, but the rest of them was pretty good and could win on any given night. And I actually passed Crazy Kenny on the second one to win it, and then because he finished second, but the leader I think they broke that night if I remember right, or that was 2013. But
Well, the earliest stats I could find on the racing thing was 16 and 17 at the Hagerstown Speedway. And just to show your stats, Hagerstown's a tough track for equipment and for racing. And in 2016, said you ran 11 races, won 3 of them, 9 top 5s and 10 top 10s. And that was pretty dang consistent. And in 2017, you ran 10 races, you won 3 again that year, had 7 top 5s and 8 top 10s. And I mean, you was probably racing Winchester too back then too. So I mean, that's pretty good consistency there. I mean, 3 races and then have all them 10 top 10s out of 11 races. Because it don't take nothing to have a mishap and drop out of a race.
no, the 2016 one though, that's a little off.
Is it?
Yeah, we won the Nationals that year, the Fall Bash, and like 5 or 6 regular shows that year. We should have won the championship, and the transmission broke the last points race, and I lost the points by 3 points. To
Really?
James Mills. Yep.
Yes, this is all that the. I think the race monitor started in 16.
Maybe, yeah.
That was the earliest that they had any kind of records of the races.
And then 15, I won the championship at Winchester, and I won 9 races and finished second the other 3. We had a good year in 15.
Man, I knew you won, but I didn't know you had them kind of stats. Wow.
And
I mean,
hobby
I
stocks.
probably did. I just probably didn't.
Yeah, hobby stocks was pretty good in hobby stocks.
When you decide to move up,
2019 was my first street stock year, and should have stayed where I was at. 'Cause
really?
yeah, we had the engine out of the car like 9 different times, and I think I only ended up racing like 6 races all year, just waiting on the engine to get back and having nothing but trouble. And then that's pretty much how that kicked off my street stock year, or years.
Do you wish the hobby stocks kind of stayed the way they was instead of kind of getting now they're a little more elaborate?
Yeah, I mean, a hobby stock now is a street stock on an 8-inch tire.
Yeah.
The old hobby stocks with the manifolds, the Rochesters, stock rears, automatics, it was better racing, and anybody could afford it because you know you could buy a $10,000 engine if you wanted it, but you choke it down with those manifolds, you wasn't only going to run so fast.
Yeah. Yeah, I know they had a bunch of cars back then.
Yeah.
And now they're, I mean, I'm not saying what's right or wrong, they're trying to rebrand the class to try to help it, but you know how it goes. I mean, you know, you figure headers aren't that expensive. Let's throw headers on. You know, it don't cost that much for this. Let's put this on. You know, and then everything evolves, and you know, most people's not thinking about the headers flowing more. They're thinking about the price.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can call up somewhere, get a set for $89 and throw them on, and you know, you don't have to go search around the junkyard.
Right, exactly.
You know,
yeah.
and so that's kind of how stuff evolves. Either that or safety. I know some of the floater rears have come because of safety, because breaking the
Yeah, I always
10 bolts and
that's
everything. But yeah, I don't know what the answer is. Do you think the extreme stocks is the way to go?
No, I don't think you're ever going to get it back personally. I mean, like I said, a hobby stock now is just it's a street stock or a pier stock, whatever you want to call it, on an 8-inch tire, in my opinion. There ain't much difference in them, motor-wise, chassis-wise.
It seems like they evolved to the point where they kind of priced a lot of people out. Which it could be, it might not just be, I'm not saying the tracks did that. I'm saying the class did that.
Yeah.
And the price of everything is just, you know,
Yeah, it's crazy. Like,
tremendous, you know.
Cougar just built a brand new car. Literally every nut bolt on it is brand new except the engine, and he still got almost $35,000 at a street stock to win 350.
I know, but I mean, like you said, it's crazy what we do, but you gotta have.
Oh yeah.
There's no way around it. I mean, with the price of steel, the price of everything you need to order, just figure the money in wiring and gauges, stupid little stuff, toggle switches.
That's where it gets you. All the little stuff that adds up. Yeah.
That's why we see some guys got a roller for $4,500. You're like, you know.
I do got some comments here,
Okay.
and this is lagging again tonight. Chucky Johnson says, "Good dude right here." More comments to follow. Frankie Walls says, "Will Man Dillon." Sam Huffman, "One of the best people you can meet, was definitely my mentor, and still is to this day. I owe it all to Dylan." And then Frankie Wall says, "And you had a good car. You were clicking them off."
Yeah. It's pretty rare to have a bunch of wins and people like you. You must be doing something right, Dylan.
I know. Those guys are from other tracks too. Pretty much done. Besides Chucky. Me and
Yeah.
Chucky's always pretty much got along very well.
I know Chucky's always had your back, and
Yeah.
the Wallses, they're really good people.
Yeah, I bought that last car from Walls.
And yeah, they ain't gonna have. They're gonna be in the win column up there at Bats real soon too. I know he had a little bit of issues there getting in a wreck, but they're unbelievably fast every week. So they got them small tires down to a T. Have we caught up, Shirley?
I'm looking here.
I think that's all the Walls. You say Walls,
Yeah,
they're fast.
yeah.
No matter which one, they're fast. Every one of them.
I believe so.
Matter of fact, somebody brought them up on the last show. I can't remember who it was, and like that's what I said. I said they all good. I remember when Mike was running the 4 cylinders and winning at Potomac and stuff. And, I had him on the show here a while back, and that was right after they. We always get off subject here, Dylan, so just hang with me.
No, you're good.
They won. They got on. I had them on the show a couple weeks after they won a race at Baps, and they tore the whole car apart. I was amazed. Like they even took the tack apart.
I remember that. They pulled the crank and all out of it.
Yeah, it was like every nut, like 5 in the morning, they rolled this
Yeah.
thing back out, and they're like every freaking nut and bolt was like. And I was like, that's impressive.
He won the 50 by like 14 seconds, or
Yeah.
it was a big margin, and they tore it all to
And
pieces.
I'm
I
like,
remember
man,
that.
I mean, it's. I don't care how good of people you are. It's hard to go through that and like not get on Facebook and like flip out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they was just like, told you.
Yeah, I remember exactly. I do remember that to a T.
That impressed me so much that I was like, man, will you guys not just come on the show talk about that.
Yeah.
But I thought, man, that's people that want to prove
Yeah.
that they're legal.
I mean, most people's not going to do that for $1,000.
Nah.
I'm not tearing mine apart for $1,000. I can tell you
I've
that.
never seen a car that tore apart. I don't think I've ever seen a car that tore apart. But that dude up there, that racing or whatever his name is, they say he's a pretty good guy. He really keeps tabs on them cars and everything.
I've only been up there one time. That was the race in that street. It was strictly 50 or home, whatever, the 50 lap race.
Years ago, they used to have that Miller's
50.
Fall Classic or whatever it was called.
And it was something 50 because it was 50 laps. And I actually was driving Ralph Hansberg's car at the time we took it up there.
Got another comment here. Grady Cooter says, "On a cruise and still watching my buddy. Said camera adds 15 pounds. Well, laugh out loud. What accounts for the rest?"
What's he saying? He needs to be in a Speedo on a cruise with him?
Mm-hmm.
Dylan in a Speedo?
He did that to me one time before.
I seen some photos and stuff, but I don't know what, I can't remember what was fake and what was not.
It wasn't fake. I promise you it wasn't fake. I seen it in live action. It was real as could be.
I know we're getting off subject, but I seen him do that competition or whatever.
Oh yeah.
It was a dance
Yep.
competition or something.
Yep.
I'm telling you, man, I respect that man so much. He loves life. I'm telling you.
Oh, there's never.
If everybody could enjoy life like that,
Oh yeah.
think how the world would be.
Yeah, he's never a dull moment with him. That's a fact.
No, he loves life. I mean, I just like look at somebody like him, and I'm just like, man, that is awesome that you just
Oh yeah, he's a different character.
don't care. You
Not
know,
one
just
bit.
no craps given, just loving life.
Yeah.
Brian Jones is on here. He says, "Hey guys."
Hey, Brian.
Hey Brian.
He still doing Hagerstown?
Yeah, he come back.
Did he come
He
back?
lied to
I thought
us.
he was retiring.
He lied to us. I think he had to pay his wife off. She was the one. She was the one.
He's a good guy.
It's just a hobby. It's not his
Yeah.
work. It's a hobby.
She wanted to go out one night, and he said, "Come on, baby, I'll take you to the track and take you riding the water truck."
He's a good dude. He's always
He
been very
is.
nice to me.
He is, and that, I mean, I know people probably think everybody says it, but that track would be. I'm not putting anybody else down that works for the track, but I just know how that's like Brian's life.
Oh yeah. But you can see what he puts into it. Hagerstown's always usually pretty good. You don't really ever have a bad night at Hagerstown on a racetrack.
For what they have to work with.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm just
Yeah.
saying every track has what they have,
yeah.
and it's what they have. You know, you
Yep.
go to Winchester, they have what they have, and it could be dry, it could be tacky, it could mean they got what they got to work with.
Yep.
You know, it ain't like they can just stop the show and say, hey, we need to do this, or we need to,
Yeah.
do something different.
Grady Cooter says, "The nicest thing my little red-headed leprechaun buddies ever said."
Red-headed leprechaun.
Brian Jones says, "Trying to save the racetrack thanks to Brian Booze."
Yeah, he don't have to work on the track this week. They're having the extravaganza this week. So if Brian's down at the track, he's partying and gambling.
That's right.
I can't believe he called you a leprechaun.
Oh, if you would see and hear
I
someone.
can't imagine the garage.
You, on the phone, garage, you could just imagine it's being said, I promise. The most average person's like, these guys gotta hate each other. There's no way they like each other. But we just click like that. I don't know what it is. It just, even at like we go to Charlestown all the time to gamble. And same way. We go on the cruise, same way.
It's fun.
Yeah,
Though. That's what I miss about shop night. Like we used to have 4 guys or so, would stop in and we just make fun of each other and just laugh and joke at other people's expense. And now, like, some of them have moved on to like spending more time with their family and all. And you go out to the shop by yourself and you work, and it's like it just like it feels
Oh, yeah,
it
it's
feels,
quiet.
it feels empty. You know what I mean? So like that's what helps keep racing going is the guys in the shop, because that's the fun
Yeah.
part of the work.
Yeah.
Alicia Wharton says he had to dissolve the swim trunks with a Speedo underneath.
It's awful swim trunks with
That was cuter, yeah. We went to, I think we was in Jamaica.
Jamaica, Shirley.
It was either Jamaica or Cozumel, Mexico, and he did that stuff. He come out of the water and his black shorts was coming apart and there was a Speedo underneath of it. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Shane Wilt says Dylan is a very talented will man.
Thank you, Shane.
I thought pastors wasn't supposed to lie.
Alan Griffith says
Okay.
will man.
I think you're very respected on and off the track, Dylan. I mean, that's why you always had good conversations when I see you and everything, because you don't feel like anything's bullcrap. When you're on the track racing, you're 100% and give people room and treat people with respect, and I think everybody sees that, and they like being a part of that, because that's the way we should be racing.
Yeah, I get along pretty much with everybody. I got a few, but I try to help everybody as much as I can. If I got it, they're more welcome to it, especially if they need it. I'll even pull it out of my car between races if we got to. I'm just, I've always been that way, and I hope to stay that way as long as people don't turn me the other way. But
we try to do that same thing too, and but it's hard. It's hard anymore. Just we had a trailer full of 2 different kind of car parts, and I was like, man, I got to get this street stock stuff out of this trailer because I didn't want to never remove it because I was always thinking somebody would need something. And I was like, the other week I was like, man, we need the room for late model stuff. I'm gonna have to box this stuff up, put it with the car. And I hate to do it because, like you said, you always feel like, even though we're not racing that class, I always feel like somebody's gonna, with a hobby stock or something, gonna roll down through and say, you guys got an A-arm, or you guys got spark plug wires, or something. And I'd say, yeah. Matter of fact, I got it in the toolbox.
Yeah, you're exactly right.
Rena Lindenberg says, never heard of her. Definitely one of the best guys in the pits.
Talking about leprechauns right there. And it's Shirley.
A loud one to tell.
Randy's a pretty good guy.
Oh, he's awesome. Yeah.
If everybody at the track was like Randy, racing would be a lot different.
Yes, it would. I spun him out one night and he got out smiling. I did it on accident, but he got out and he's just like, what happened? I'm like, I hit that water down there. And he just grabbed me, gave me a hug and laughed. And I'm like, see, this is how it's supposed to be.
And he's taken it like a bunch.
Oh yeah. But he's been
Randy is like the.
He's had a lot of.
I don't want to say this. I don't want to say this badly, but he's like the bad luck.
Yes.
Like poor old Randy. I mean, if there's somebody getting spun out, he's the one getting spun.
Yeah. Or if there's a wreck, he's in it.
Yeah, and I mean, he comes in the track and he's like, every once in a while he'll get a little upset, but most time he's.
This is mellow.
Yeah.
You're right.
Chucky Johnson says Dylan will help anyone and everyone unless you sell him a quart of oil for $20.
That's a fact.
Jason Wilkins says top-notch dude.
Hey, Jason.
Brian Jones says Dylan's a great guy.
I'll tell you a little story. I know we get off topic. We're gonna stay here till you tell us everything you want to tell us, Dylan. So don't think I'm gonna shortchange.
No, you're good.
A little story about Randy. I just thought it was funny. Back when he's racing 4-cylinders, and I was in the pits. I think Cody was racing or something, and they got him for jumping, and he had to go back 2 spots or something like that. And man, he come in. He was like irate, and you can hear him like you could hear him out in the parking lot. It ain't right. I didn't do it right. So anyway, that's back when Winchester had security guards. I don't know if they still do it at all.
No.
They had security guards. Well, he's next to me, and he is venting to me about asking me what I seen.
Had your hand on your shoulder.
Did he have his hand on my shoulder? I don't remember that part. Yeah. And he is going off. Security comes and gets between us. and like Randy got so mad at security, he grabbed me by the shirt, the chest, and he says, I'm trying to talk to my friend, and he yanks me over to somewhere where the security ain't. And we talked and we laughed. And Randy felt so bad that he went back to the security guys. He's like, I'm sorry I acted like that. I said, Randy, you didn't do nothing wrong. I said, they thought you was trying to fight me. That's how wound up he was.
Oh, he was wound up.
And I never forgot that. I'm trying to talk to my friend, and he yanked me over to his car. Those security guards, their mouths, they'd have had no clue. Like, they could not figure out what was going on. But poor old Randy, I mean, he will give you anything.
Yeah, and he sponsors so many people.
Yes.
He's very good for that, and he's definitely a good dude.
He does good job.
I needed a tire one night. And he's like, hey man, if it's on my trailer and you want to run it, grab it. And heck, I threw the tire on my car and ran it for the feature. And I was like, you sure you want it back? I'll buy one. Oh man, give it back. I ain't worried about it. I mean, that's the kind of guy Randy is.
Yeah, he's definitely a good dude.
I guess it ain't gonna be long. Randy's gonna have to give up his seat because his son's gonna be wanting in.
Yeah, he's getting up there in age too.
Yeah. His son's bigger.
Dylan, yeah, he's gonna want to race, so Randy's gonna have to give it up.
Randy's not that short of a guy, but we always, just like him and Travis,
just torment him.
We always get him with short dudes.
I know, I can't say nothing though. I'm not very tall.
I know, but
so I can't say nothing.
Like I always see Travis and Randy, and I'm like, you know what? They're really not that short. But like we always like make fun of them being short, but like they're really not that short. It's just we just something we started doing, and
Travis is my little buddy.
That's one thing I miss about Winchester, man. We had a lot of fun down there, a lot of good people down there. Yeah. A lot of people that I met that I'd never even know their names, just knew their faces.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's all the older generations leaving.
And I really respected Junior, and Dickie and them guys, when they come up, I didn't even know who they were till Randy kind of showed me who they was, and you know, it really meant a lot to me. The year we won the Nationals with the Wilkes car, like, I sit there and watched Craig, like, years before that, just dominate. And I always went up to Dickie, man, hey, good job, man, hey, congrats, Junior, you know, you guys. And I joked with Junior, I'm not going to do anything here, but it wasn't dirty. I just made a joke about him being able to leave state, cross state lines. But anyway, do you know, I'm just saying this so people know what kind of people they are. I'm not trying to brag anything up or nothing. When we won that Nationals race, Craig and Dickie and Junior was the first people at our trailer congratulating us. And that meant a lot to me, because it showed you what kind of people he was. I mean, they was racing in the field.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
You know, now Craig didn't have, I don't know, I gotta watch what I say, I don't want no car builders to get ticked off. But
You're right.
he didn't have his favorite car.
You're right.
I'm not saying anything wrong with the car he had, but when he wrecked that, I asked him about that car he used to win when they said he rolled it down at Winchester. And one of them deals where they don't know what it was, it just was one of them cars
100%. Yeah.
that just worked.
Yeah.
You know, it won everywhere it went.
That thing had the left rear frame rail on that thing. I'm pretty sure it was the left rear. Was bent over and up like 2 feet, and that was like one of the most legalist. My hobby stock had more stuff done to it, but that thing just, it worked. Like everywhere you took it, you know, he swept the Nationals with that car too. It just, anywhere you took it, it was good and just bad fast, no matter where you took it.
It was amazing.
Yeah, I've never seen another one look quite like it. I've had a couple close ones, but not.
It's funny how you get cars like that, though, isn't it?
Yeah, that's for sure. I've had one. It's very special. Like anybody that's ever drove it, it's had like 4 different people setting it up, and everybody that's had it has won multiple races with it. And it's the car Chucky just got rid of, but
it's amazing.
Yeah.
We the 4-cylinder we bought years ago when Cody first got started, we bought off the McClanahan brothers out in Potomac. They won some races with it down in Potomac. We got it. We won a bunch of races with it, both nationals and everything. And then I sold it to a guy like in Tennessee or someplace. They was winning races with it, and I messaged him the other day, and I was like, "Hey man," I was like, "is the old car still around?" And he's like, "Yeah." And he sent me pictures. Some girl's driving it, and she just won the championship last year at the Talladega short track down there.
That's
And I'm
awesome.
like, I can't believe. I mean, I would love to know how many wins is on that
Right.
car. Like, because I mean, we don't even know how old it is. You know, we
Yeah.
bought it used.
Yeah.
And, you know, just like Shane's car. I mean, we don't know how old that thing is. We know it's
That's old as dirt.
old.
That's old as dirt. I remember when that car was built.
Do you?
Yeah.
Who built it?
Bob Gladden and them. They used to be Bob Gladden's car.
Okay, because some people were saying it was the ARC car. But
Nah, it was. I'm pretty sure it wasn't an ARC car. It was Bobby.
But we
Gladden's
looked at a couple
car.
of the bars, and a couple of
Yeah.
them looked kind of different.
It's an old car. That car's been like chopped off the frame a couple times too. So
It's pretty crude underneath the body.
Yes, it is.
I tell people that I'm not trying to put down Shane's stuff.
No, absolutely not.
I'm just telling that, like, if you ever seen it with the body off, like, you can see where somebody ground here to take a mount off, and somebody ground, and everything's so far forward, you can't move the motor back. You can't. I mean, like, the cage is forward. Like, it wasn't supposed to work.
No, but it does. It is. It's
Yeah,
bad
I mean,
fast.
it wasn't supposed to work. Like, I mean, we never thought it would run that good. Chris Eversole run second with it one night.
Yep, I remember that.
And like, they just wanted to get the car out and have some fun. And that's one of them cars, like, you know, whoever thought a 25, 30-year-old car would work.
Like I said, that car was built every bit of 2003 to 4-ish, somewhere in there. I remember that car when they built that car.
Might have been before that.
Roy can probably tell you. I'm sure Roy's.
I know we're getting off
cars.
subject again, but I remember the Dell Jr. car.
Yeah.
But that was around 99 or so.
Well, he had 2, I believe, if I remember right. Because I think he totaled one around. I want to say it was around 2000, 2001, and then he built another one. Regardless if he fixed it or built another one. But like I said, I remember that, but I was young.
Did his other cars run like that, or just
Well, that's
was
back,
it a one-off deal? You think?
Well, that was also back when you had Mike Bennett, Donald Kennedy, Brian Tavener, there was no slouches, and you had 35 cars every weekend. You know, it wasn't,
Oh yeah.
it was, you had to make the show. You wouldn't just show up to.
We had 40-some in the 4-summer class.
Yeah,
Then the B mains was like
20.
starting 12th in the B main, taking 2.
Yeah.
And like your whole first couple laps was holding your breath.
Yeah.
Until you got through.
Yeah, that's what Dennis used to say all the time too. He's like, y'all got it easy. Y'all just show up and make the race. We had to start 12th, and we had 45 cars, and if you had a bad night, you had to start dead last in the B main, and then hopefully you made it through there.
Yeah, and you starting 11th or 12th at best if you was points racing.
Yeah.
I think of how many races people could have won if they wasn't points racing.
Yeah. I just think, like, we talk about Dennis, he's won a lot of races, but he probably won over 50 or 60% of his from 12. You know, and it was only 12 laps back then.
So I remember there for a while, it was either him or the Jones boys there for a while, whenever the Jones boys was racing.
Mm-hmm.
Brad and Mark and Brad.
And then the limited. So,
And then he went to that limited that 44 car, and he was winning.
Yeah, he won a few in that one. That was for Dan Paddock.
I think he won a lot in that one. I thought he did.
No, he only won 3 or 4 races, I believe.
Really?
Yeah, for Paddock.
I thought he won a bunch in that car.
No, he totaled it on the front straightaway there. And then they got another one. I think he won a couple more, and then they kind of went their separate ways after that.
It's hard though. I mean, you think you made a transition from stock car to limited late model a couple years ago, and it's hard to adapt in it.
Everybody told me it'd be easier. I think they're full of bull myself. It's just there's so much going on. Like the driving part, I think is about the same, but like one click here, one click there, you're off, and you're either good or you're trash, in my opinion. There's no in between for me.
I think some of the struggle is adapting. I understand a good driver should adapt, but whenever you racing on a skinny tire, you had it in your mind that you couldn't just mash the throttle because you was going to spin tires. And then you jump into a car with like 4-link suspension, coilovers, freaking 15-inch wide tires, and I'm sure you can make it spin too, but I mean, to get that out of your head of how you had to tiptoe off the corners and stuff, it's hard to tell your brain that you change cars and you got a car underneath you. You don't have to worry about that.
Me and Chucky had this conversation there a couple weeks ago, and I'll be honest with you, Mike, I've had a street stop with more traction with my late model.
Really?
Chucky told me the same thing. He's fighting that issue right now too, I believe.
I think everybody
with
is.
traction, and trying to understand it and how to make it work, more or less. But yeah, I've had street stocks that would I could mat it on the black slick track and pull the left front wheel off the ground and just dig, and then I got a limited that's made to go in a circle, and you barely put your foot on the gas and it's hazing them down the straightaway. It's like,
yeah, I know. I hear that too.
Yeah, it's just.
But that's the That's the issue I had when I ran Shane's car in the race. I know Chucky's on here going to make fun of me. He always does. But I could not get it through my head that I had wide tires underneath me, because all I ever ran was a mini stock 4-cylinder model.
Right.
And I was used to having a 8-inch tire, and I just couldn't get it through my head. Plus, I never ran anything without struts on the front of it. And it was like, really, I just couldn't figure it out. Plus, I didn't want to be out there. I was just doing it for other people. You know how that is. If you're doing it for other people, you ain't doing it for the right reasons.
No, I get that. I do get that.
Anything, Shirley?
Dylan Pryor says Mike drives better with no shoes.
Oh. They always make fun of me because one day at practice, Cody wanted me to take his car for a couple laps, and I couldn't fit in it. And he moved the steering wheel up, moved everything around, and I had boots on, and I had to take my boots off and barefooted to take a couple laps. And it was pretty cool. I couldn't believe how it was different.
You probably feel a lot more.
Well, just like the straightaways was the hard part. That thing would fly through the corners, but on the straightaways, I didn't know where I was going.
Oh, you're talking about the steering, yeah. Yeah,
it would fly through the corners.
They're definitely touchy on the steering for sure.
I dropped it down off the bars on the front stretch, and she tried to go right, and I said, I better take this thing in.
It's definitely a different animal, that's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, everything we raced had steering quickeners in it, stuff to try to get you quicker.
Yeah.
And those late models are like quick.
Oh yeah, there's no comparison to that to a stock car.
So what was you thinking whenever you, which I appreciate you letting us just talk because, you know, that's what I think makes the show great. But,
Josh Williams says he's a ballerina dancer. He can tiptoe over anything.
now he was a leprechaun, now he's a ballerina dancer.
Brian Jones says Barry Miller and me laugh at Barefoot Mike.
Yeah, see? But you know what? I enjoy that. I enjoy those memories. Even though it was something stupid,
Oh yeah.
everybody remembers it, and it was a funny time, and it was a time that we had a laugh at the racetrack.
Yeah.
You know, and everybody, you know, Barry Miller was there. He was watching me, and now poor old Barry's gone. So, yeah, I think about that. But, so what did you think about the 358 class?
I enjoyed it. I did okay for no more than I raced it, but there was a weekend, and I was pretty much by myself, and then that Sunday, I cleaned everything, and it took me like all day.
Mm-hmm.
I drove the car back in by myself, and that was it. I sold it. You know, I was done with it. I was over it because nobody wanted to come help. You know, at the end of the day, I've had good people, but the only person that's ever really been there every week for all my whole career is my dad. My dad's getting older, and he's like, you know, he didn't really like doing it anyway. So the late Molly always loved the street cars. So that just made the decision for me. That and you pretty much had to have new tires every week, every 2 weeks at minimum.
It definitely is a lot more work.
Yeah, it was. I didn't mind it, but it was just too much.
It's amazing how much time, like you said, just cleaning.
Yeah.
4 hours. 4 hours or so. Just, and then you get the car in the shop, and you find mud. It's like amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I'll be proud of myself. Look at the job I did,
Yeah.
Cody. I did a good job. And he'll come in. What about that mud there? What
Yeah.
about that mud? I'm like, what the heck? Where did it come from?
Oh, that drop of oil or grease right there. Yeah, it's amazing. I don't know where it comes back out of either, but it does.
So you decided to get rid of that, and then you went back to hobby stocks again, didn't you?
Now I bought another street stock.
Okay.
Now, I was out for a couple months there, and then I was going to be done. And then my girlfriend at the time, which was my fiance now, but she's like, "Oh, let's get another. Let's get another.
Really?
Let's get another one." Yeah.
Wow.
And then ended up getting another one, which is the car I bought from Brian Walls. And I ran it, I don't know, 3 or 4 times that year. And then the following year I ran it opening night, and then it set for like 4 months. Then I ran it, and then we ended up winning 3 out of 4 nationals. And somebody offered pretty good money for it, and that went on down the road too. So
Yeah, I remember the year that you won Hagerstown and Winchester, and then you didn't go to Natural Bridge, did you?
I won that.
You won that. That's right. You won Natural Bridge, but you didn't win Potomac.
Yeah, Potomac's my kryptonite.
Is it?
Yes, it is. Yep. I've lost a race there every which way you could possibly lose one. I finished second probably 20 times. I finished third 20 times, and just
The list of people that's won all them probably is very, very few.
there's only I think 3 people, and that's Craig doesn't have Natural Bridge, but he's got Potomac, Winchester, Hagerstown, and then Jason Wilkins just did it. And he actually won the bridge too, and then Crazy Kenny, or not Crazy Kenny, Gary Proctor won all 3.
Because I didn't know how much the Natural Bridge was racing back.
It was, but I don't think they
In
were
the days.
opening the rules like they are
Yeah.
now.
I remember we used to go down at the end of the year for a big 2-day show they had.
Yeah,
But that was back in the late 90s.
well, they had that up to a little bit ago, I believe. That was it the Fall Classic?
I think it was something like that.
Yeah. That's what this race was that was down there. Pretty much their nationals. It was a 2-day show.
We really had a good time down there.
Oh, it's beautiful now. I don't know if you've been down there lately, but
No, I haven't.
she's doing really good things with that place, and it's a lot different than when I remember when I went when I was a kid.
I kind of felt sorry for the locals.
Yeah.
Like their point champion had like a Mustang too. And like all us Winchester guys roll in there, and we got Danny Licklider and Leo Nichols and me
Yeah.
and what's his Roger Whitlock and all, and like we like lapping them guys.
Yeah,
And
you
I'm
take
like,
knife to a gunfight.
and I'm like, man, we really enjoy it, but like I don't care who you are. You don't like to have where you're coming in and beating up on the locals like that.
Yeah. But you know, I've actually had this talk with Gunner, and you know, at one time when if you want to race in Winchester, you could go anywhere and be Winchester's always had, like, to me, he's always had the faster cars, which, you know, rules have a lot to do with that in a way, but like, you know, anytime a Winchester car would go somewhere, they'd be the favorite, whether it be Hagerstown, Natural Bridge, Potomac, or wherever. We always had the, you know, I thought the better cars and drivers. I might be biased to that because I'm, you know, it's my track, but that's how I always thought when I was little, or younger, I should say.
Yeah, you're pretty. I mean, they was the ones that won a lot of the big races.
Yeah.
Like Michael Warrenfeld's,
Yeah.
he did a lot of the national, like at Potomac and stuff. Whenever he was traveling back then with the street stock that he was, you know, winning with. But excuse me, got anything, hon?
Josh Williams says, I think you're doing amazing, bro. Keep it up for sure.
Yeah, so we're gonna jump all around tonight because I just like to talk. That's the way it is. I like to just have like we're in your shop.
Amen.
No, I don't mean like to talk like talk. I like to just whatever we bring up, we talk about. That's what I like. I don't want to neglect the guest, but I want the guest to just talk. You know. But anyway, you're supposed to say I understand, Mike, but you didn't say it.
You're chatty Cathy.
Nobody said I was good at this. Nobody said I was good at this. They just unlocked the door and let me in here. But
Matt Moore says, just wait until he can see over the steering wheel. Faye Heflin, proud of you, Dylan. Peggy Kershner, she says she's watching.
you all caught up?
Oh, I got caught
I mean,
up.
you got a big support group. That's one good thing. Keep you going. Because when you get down and out, that's what keeps you.
Oh yeah.
Keeps you going.
I had to give a shout out to Matt Moore too. He worked. He's come down to Potomac with me this past weekend on Friday and Saturday, and we got in a wreck on Friday night. And called him to work all night Friday and all day Saturday, but he stood right beside me and worked right with me. So appreciate you, Matt.
And you almost won that one.
I was there, but
I don't know about. I don't know
yeah.
what the finish was like, but I know you come from the back.
Yeah, we come pretty good far back, and I had a good car. Just those Hansons down there are tough. They're no slouches at all, and they race hard and race good, but they're fast. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. They're deadly fast down there.
I don't think there's any slow cars anymore.
No, that's not true. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I mean, the rules is anything separates them.
Yeah.
So what made you decide to get into the crate late model class?
I pretty much won. I don't want to like brag, but I've won everything possible win in the street stock. There's nothing else for me to win. And I keep telling everybody, if I win a late model race, I'm done.
Really?
I just want one, you know. And I won a heat race this year, and I only raced my crate car once this year. It's sitting there at the shop on the rack, and we've been focusing on Cooter's car. And I enjoy helping more than I do racing, if that makes sense. Like, I really enjoy helping like Cooter and even Sam, and I try to help anybody I can. And Matt, he's got a car too, and I enjoy crewing. Just like when you see me, when you first met me, I was always with Craig.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. You know, I can race, of course, but I really enjoy going to crew and help. And you know, just the other week I was down at Craig's, and we was bringing up the same stories everybody was talking about, the old times up there, and with Dickie, and you know, we all miss Dickie, and just all the old times. It was
All around
fun.
great guy.
Yeah.
Matt Moore says, Dylan is the only reason I'm still involved in racing. He says, heck of a race. He will win there before the year is out. Lindsay Weinberger says, Dylan makes me proud, big sister. Love you. And hello, John Belungi.
Hey, John. How's it going, buddy? But yeah, I was kind of surprised when I seen the photos on Facebook because I was like, holy crap, he's got another late model. But then I did see it was a crate instead of a steel block car.
Yeah.
That's still a tough class. I mean,
I think that's hard. Personally, you don't have the horsepower to get away from somebody.
Yeah.
They're all pretty much, you know, what they're supposed to be. But if you make a mistake, it's hard to gain it back. It's way harder than limit, in my opinion. But
then we got Hardy rolling in there, and
yeah,
the Kaiser boy, and
yeah. Which Hardy helps me with my late model, which I gotta give him credit to. You know, any answer, or I need spring smashed or whatever,
he helps a lot of people.
he does. He's a very humble person for for what he does. He's bad.
I think it's surprised how he don't get excited.
You
I mean,
know,
I'm not talking about like getting excited, but like you think that he'd win a race and be like a smile on his face or something. He just like
I think he only smiles when it's like 10 grand or up.
yeah. Like his victory lanes is like,
Yeah, you don't get excited.
man, dude, if I won that race, I'd be like, yeah, and he just like gets out. I mean, not mean or anything.
Nah, he's just humble.
Just so down to earth and just so.
Yeah, you can't beat a nicer group actually. His dad, they're all good to me. If I have trouble, he comes over and helps me, or vice versa.
Even if you don't like him, you gotta respect him.
I would think so. I mean, anytime he shows up at Winchester, you might as well just write the check. I hate to sound like that, but that's pretty much the results. If you look at the results,
It's amazing. It is. It's amazing. And I'm not taking anything away from anybody else. It's just amazing what he can do.
yeah, he's magical. I don't know what he does, but he's magical. Like the line he runs is different than everybody else's. His car looks different. He don't slow down. It works. Whatever he's doing, it works.
That night he come from the back at Hagerstown in Chuck Bowie's car. That was impressive.
Yeah, especially in a great car.
There wasn't no cautions, and it wouldn't go in gear on the start, and he fell back to like 12th or 13th.
Yep, I remember that.
And he just, I mean, like he kept changing his line until he found a line where he could keep his momentum up, and then he started making big gains.
Yeah, you can see it down the back, especially down the back straightaway.
Yeah.
He's always got that. He's got that Greg Saturday line, is what I call it, but it's that rocket up off the bottom line, the back straightaway, and it's like he gains 10 car lengths going down the back straightaway.
And I talked to that Chuck after the race, and he's like, man, this thing is so bent. He says, we had to pull it out with a tree and a skid loader. And I said, he just got in that thing and freaking come from the back with no cautions. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care who you are, that's impressive.
Yeah, what he does with the race car is just.
And I knew that him and that Cadre boy got together, but I didn't really see the whole thing. But, like, I kind of thought it was just hard racing.
I didn't see it either because I'm too short. But
I'm not taking anything away from him because he drove a heck of a race and he's fast.
Oh yeah, he's good everywhere
But
he
I
goes
mean,
too.
it was just. I'm just saying about how impressive it was for him to come from the rear and do that. I mean, it was. I couldn't believe it with a crate car
Yeah.
and no cautions. But anyway, we're here to
Elisa,
talk about Dylan. I know everybody's saying, "Would you talk about Dylan?"
Alicia Wharton says he's got to keep racing until Reese can get into a car.
Oh, is that your son?
Yeah, that's what they say.
What's gonna happen there?
I think he was going to want to do it. I can't keep him away from it. That's all he wants to do. And he's got, like, without exaggerating, probably 700 Lightning McQueen cars, little Max Box cars. He's got to have one everywhere he goes. And he goes to the garage with me just about every other day. And that's going to be his life. I told him, I said, you don't even know yet, but you're going to be broke the rest of your life.
And you're gonna be tired just like your dad is.
Exactly, yeah.
Carolyn Kuntz says to tell you to go to Hagerstown on August the 22nd. That's going to be Barry's Memorial Race.
That's pretty awesome.
Chucky Johnson says if you ever driven a late model, you appreciate what he does even more. Hold up. Start over here. Late model, you appreciate what he does even more. Makes you scratch your head for sure.
You talking about Hardy? It is. I've watched him lots of times. Him and like people like Satterley. Satterley amazes me.
Yeah.
I've seen Satterley just cruise around for half the race, and then the last 10 laps he just
Goes along with it.
like he can flick a switch.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't think people realize how hard that is. I mean,
Very hard.
because like being human, you want to go as hard as you can go when the green flag comes out, and run as hard as you can the whole race until the checkered flag flies.
Yeah.
And to get out there and be like pacing yourself, like it's amazing when guys can do that because it's.
I admire him. I can't do it. I can ride for about a lap and a half, 2 laps, and that's what cost me a championship at Hagerstown. To be honest, I was just riding. I tried to ride, and I couldn't do it no longer. And then got going on with it. But I'm like, if I would have rode, it probably would have lasted another 5 or 6 laps, what I needed it to, but you know, it's just was a draw, but
It just wasn't meant to be.
that's it.
We all caught up, Shirley?
Yep.
Yeah, I was really surprised when I seen you got a crate car, because I was like, man, he got back into late models again, because I figured when you got rid of the steel block stuff, I figured you was done.
Well, this time
Not done racing, but done
Yeah.
with
this time I kind of pretty much said I'm just going to race when I want to race. If it takes me 3 weeks to get it ready, it takes me 3 weeks to get it ready. Or, you know, if I don't want to go this weekend, then, you know, and I have that pretty much agreement with all my sponsors. And I've had the same group for a long time, and I don't think they really care, personally. You know, I've had the same group for as long as I can remember.
well, there's so much going on nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm sure you with the family, you know, and everybody with the family knows that, like, back in the day, like, we raced 2 nights a week and didn't think nothing of it. And nowadays, it's like, it's hard to make it to the track every Saturday just because of all the events going on. Kids are in sports. There's, you know, there's things that the wife wants or girlfriend wants to go to, whatever you have, you know, want to go to this type thing or whatever. It's just very, very hard to be committed to racing the way everybody used to be.
Yeah, I was one of them. I was one of those people that was every weekend and every evening in the shop until 9, 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, you know, and it kind of got to the point where we were, in 2021, we ran a hobby stock and a street stock all year. And we ended up winning both championships at Winchester, and then after that year, I was just so, like, burned out. It just, ever since then, I have yet to run a full season or even close to a full season. It's just I race when I want to now, and that's pretty much it.
I don't think people realize, maybe you feel differently about it than I do, but I don't think people realize how much effort it takes to stay on top. And I'm not saying that arrogantly. I'm saying that as to be competitive, to be in a position to win races. Like, after so many years, a lot of people just like, you know what, I'm tired of all the work to continue to be in the top 3. You know, it's like, not that it ain't worth it, it's just they would rather make racing fun again.
Yeah.
Where it's a job before that, because when you roll into Speedway, you're thinking, well, I got to run top 5 tonight, or I'm going to look like an idiot, or, you know, maybe not you look like an idiot.
Yeah.
You're not happy with yourself.
Exactly. Yeah. You're right. I mean, especially if you're trying to run for points. You know, there's no mistakes, and you're expected to do good. You know, and when I go there, if I don't have a shot to win, I'm not going. That's just how I am, and you know, everybody's like, you go there to have fun. I go there to have fun. My fun's staying on the front straightaway at the end of the night. I don't go there to run second or third, you know. And then, like, if I lose and I beat myself,
Yeah.
oh man, I'm a handful to be around at the end of the night. I can tell you that. Just leave me be.
I
Don't
was
even
the
speak
same
to
way.
me.
I was the same way, and I look back at it and I think of how miserable I was.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, why did it was supposed to be fun. I wasn't getting paid anything to do it.
Yeah.
I wasn't winning anything, you know, as far as much.
Right.
And it's like, why did I put myself through that?
Yeah.
And that's one reason why, like, I don't have no ambition to race anymore. I just kind of feel like I don't want that big weight.
Right.
I mean, everybody wants it. I'd say almost everybody has the ambition to get back in a car.
Yeah.
It's just the fact they don't want to try to keep up with that level.
Yeah. And technology too.
Yeah.
You know, and Dennis is supposed to take a ride in my car. We're supposed to take it down to practice here in a couple of weeks. And I asked him, "You want to take a ride and see what the new cars are like?" Yeah, I'll take a ride. So he's supposed to take a ride in it at practice day here in a couple of weeks. And then if he does good, more power to him. I'll let him rip if he wants to go rip. So
I mean, I think a lot of these tracks have practices and stuff, and I think the practices is about the only way to get some of the people that quit back into it, because you know, until they figure out that now some people can deal with it. Some people can go racing and it's just easy for them to deal with it. But most of us are competitive. And it's hard to load the car up and go down the road home and not care